Good morning, welcome to a morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking on Wednesday the 5th of August. Okay, looking at the Eurodollar first, and what we saw yesterday really was mostly a sell-off. It's put us into, well, just a continuation really move now, and this morning through the Asian session we've just seen it, as I say, continuation of that now, which looks like we could at some point run down to those prior lows there. Now they're quite key level. There's quite a key level around there. We found quite strong support last time, and we saw a bounce on. I will be watching that quite carefully. We may get yet another sort of bounce off that area. It is quite a pivotal point at 1.0812, around about that region. So it was prior highs over here, the lows in between. So we'll be watching that, but maybe this time it will break. If it gets there, that is, of course. For now, I'm looking at this, and really we just see, as I say, it seems to be in a bit of a continuation move. There's a bit of a possibility that we could be bouncing from here. I mean, the markets have moved, but it's so easy to look at these and think they've moved a long, long way. Well, it's probably about 59 pips back to the daily pivot, which is a possibility from where we're sitting. It would suggest that this downward move is weakening a little bit if you look at the momentum, but we'll see. It's already hit the S1 area. Often when it's done this through the Asian session, it tends to find a bit of support and maybe, as I say, pull back. So we'll watch for this. But if it does come back to this daily pivot, I would be looking on the shorter side for a continuation of the bigger move. So euro at the moment, so watching for bounces and a move towards that daily pivot, possibly a break of the lows. Well, as I say, watching for those prior lows at 1.08 sort of level. Right, the pound starting there, still in its consolidation phase, starting to effectively break part of it. It was in a very tight region. Now what's happened here, and the reason for this move really, is one of the FOMC voters, Lockhart, who's generally pretty moderate, has become a bit hawkish in his tone, suggesting they may start tightening the interest rates as of next month. Well, it's pretty much expected. There's a high probability that the US will be voting to change the interest rates in September. It's already been said. So, but it's probably a bit of a confirmation and a bit more closer to happening now. And now people mention it. Well, here we go. So this is the reasoning for the reaction and the continuation. Now, again, with cable, it's already down to its S1 area here. Untouched pivot above. It may, I mean, on days like what we've been seeing, it may be a big ask for it to come all the way back. 45 pips are here, 56 pips on the euro. Maybe a big ask for them to move back towards these regions, but say probability-wise, they've certainly got a chance. But we would need some sort of decent figures to come in for that. The alternatives here, actually coming back to the dailies, well, if we start selling off, well, we could move back down towards the sort of monthly midi there and those prior lows there. So that's the sort of point we could actually move towards. We've already moved a fair amount of the day's range at the moment, but well, through the Asian session, so as I say, we could continue through that. If we do see a break of these lows, we'll maybe looking for the S2, but a little bit less certain, as it's sort of going on the uncharted territory there a little bit for quite a while. Okay, so then looking at dollar yen, and here I mentioned the possibility of breaking up and pushing through yesterday. Well, it's continued to push up that sort of way yesterday, and well, Asian session has really done very little at the moment. It's just sort of stalling here around these highs now. So are we going to get push on? We'll see. Looking at 60-minute again, daily pivot below. So with all these markets, we could just see a bit of a retracement, and then there's nothing stopping them continue. So watching for any sort of signs of a retracement across these markets at the moment. Finally, the Aussie dollar. I talked about this yesterday about the selling into the monthly pivot as a swing. So unfortunately, personally, away from the markets at that time, but it's done just that. It's run through a little bit, and now heading back south again. It is the weakest link, effectively, in one of the weaker currencies at the moment, and well, it's already through its daily pivot there, and as I say, heading further south here at the moment. It's looking at it, already had a decent move, could run right the way down to the daily S1. It's I think it's quite a big ask. It's already hit the weekly pivots, etc. Got that monthly pivot out of the way. But as I say, possible for it to run down there. But if the other markets start moving around, perhaps we may see a bounce, maybe even off the 60-minute 50 or something like that. May see a bit of a bounce. I would imagine we'll see more consolidation than anything else. Okay, looking for today's news then. What we got coming out today? There is a bit. We've got UK services at 9:30. Quite important figures. Got the ADP non-farm payrolls. This has started moving the market again at 1:15, so there certainly could be a bit of a kick around that area as the market gets the jitters. Anything employment now again is starting to create reasonable volatility, so 1:15 may come back into play with the ADPs. Then 1:30, well, if you trade a Canadian dollar, look out for the trade balance. May just give a little bit of zip, and actually the US dollar's got the same trade balance coming at the same time. More important though, later on in the afternoon at 3 o'clock is the non-manufacturing PMI, so it's the services PMI effectively for the US. So the figures to be watching out for today: 9:30, 1:15. 1:30 for really trade balances. They're lesser interest, but may create a little bit of volatility. But more importantly, then, as I said, is the non-manufacturing PMI at 3 o'clock. Okay, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day. Bye for now.